So this is gonna be an interesting one. Okay, my dream car is a S15 with a 2J or an RB, right? One of those two JDM legends, pushing 1,000 horsepower, H-pan manual, no lift shifting. That's the dream, right? Thick ass, big tires, those juicy, thick tires, right? So we're gonna check out this one from Hoonigan, those crazy MFs. This is actually the first time I'm seeing Holden car brand. I think it's from Australia. I'm guessing because of the kangaroos and Australians. This is Australia's type. It's a mix of almost a European, a mix between a European economical car and a American dragster, and of course the JDM. What a sexy gal. S15 2001, 800 horsepower, claimed, apparently 4-speed manual. Okay, let's get into it. It's gonna be interesting. 850, 800. Before even looking at the cars, I'm probably guessing that the S15, if it still has the SR20, if it still has the SR20, the S15 should win because it's lighter and both of them are set up. So because of the camber from the front wheels, you can see that it's a drift car, but this one's a drag car. So both of them are set up for grip. But yeah, I still think this S15 should win because it's lighter. The power apparently is around the same. Oh no, it's a 3-speed automatic manual. Nah, it's the Holden. Holden's gonna win. You can't beat a automatic when the power level is this close. Even with the weight difference, I don't think it's gonna make a difference. Let's check it out.
Dude, you just need to hit him with a do 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 do.
When you play safe with Bet365.
What was that, Gary? Welcome back to This Versus That, a very special edition Down Under, brought to you by our friends at NOS Energy Drink.
That's right. We came halfway around the world to come down here to Australia because they have some of the wildest cars and some of the best matchups we've had on This Versus That yet.
We got the best and the brightest of Australia here today. That's right. Didgeridoos, kangaroos, boomerangs, meat pies, all of that is here today. I ate damn near a third of Australia's country except a car because my bowels can't handle pushing into their toilets like a...
Yeah, by the size of this motherfucker, I can tell that he ate probably 1 or 2 kangaroos.
on the Simpsons.
Look, Australia is very well known for some of the sickest cars on the planet, so we wanted to come down here and see what those things do.
We should go check out the cars because I think we're going to get kicked out of here for a noise violation from Gary just now, so let's roll.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, up first, we have something that's
God damn, that's a massive blower. Jesus.
a little near and dear to my heart. It's a completely ridiculous looking vehicle. It's a wagon. It's got a huge blower, but I'll let him explain that. Please introduce yourself to the people and tell us what you brought here.
My name is Hinchy, and this is my 2014 blown VF Commodore wagon, and it's a methanol drinking, mad looking beast.
Obviously, this is blatantly in your face. So walk us through the setup here. What is the motor?
So this is an Aussie spec LS, more or less. This is to some degree a cut and copy kind of combo. It's an LY6 cast iron block from the States. I think you guys have them in truck motors.
Yep.
And then it's a blower shop, 671 blower, and then the fancy big thing that grabs your attention, the carbon fiber top fuel injector heart.
How much power does it
On the engine dyno, it made just under 1,000 horsepower, way more than what's necessary to blow the tyres off. But everyone wants to crack that 4-digit number so they can say they got a big wang.
Damn right.
Tuned it down a little bit to make it safer. Probably makes 800 at the tyres-ish, 850 maybe. But yeah, the thing is, she's a monster.
Wet sump setup? No dry
Yeah,
sump?
wet sump setup. Engine builder wanted to go dry sump, but more or less that's where the budget kind of ticked out.
And then how much fuel do you typically go through in a given run?
We've got a 100-litre cell up the back and then 10 litres up the front. I think 100 litres is roughly 25 gallons. We like to half fill that just because I don't enjoy sitting back there with 100 litres of methanol, because if something goes wrong, I don't want to be near that. We'll pretty much come back after a 1-minute skid, or if we make 1 minute, and that'll be bone dry.
All right, well, look, let's get into your wheel and tire and suspension setup, because I think that's pretty important for this. What do we got up front here?
An Aussie spec 22-inch billet. They're very similar in the truck scene in the States, but also in Australian burnout culture, billets are like the... Everyone froths them and loves them.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go to the back there, because this is where it gets different.
That's very different for me as well. I'm not used to this.
So typically, I see these with like much smaller tires, kind of tucked in. This is not your typical setup. So what is this?
I didn't have anything to run other than Steelies with like a 245 or a 255 like burnout like spec wheel, and I was like, that's going to be a little embarrassing to kind of show up on. So I jumped on Marketplace, borrowed the welds off a mate. And these are a lot bigger than I was expecting, but luckily the fitment is awesome and they look sick.
Yeah, it tucks real well. It's
Yeah.
nice. I'm excited to see this in action. So what's your suspension setup in the rear?
McDonnell Brothers 4-link kit, and then just like your standard Viking coilovers.
Okay, are you running Viking coilovers up front too?
No, they're Shockworks coilovers. That's an Australian company. They're the bee's knees. They're great.
Let's jump inside though. I want to see the interior.
Yes, yeah.
Interior looks basically stock.
Yeah. I mean, like with burnout cars, everything's for looks. The whole point of burnouts is it's got to look cool. So we kind of try to build cool-looking cars in and out. Now, mine is on the lower-end scale of what most of the cars are in Australia. Some are absolute, like, SEMA quality.
Yeah.
And they do burnouts in them.
You got the ratchet shifter, so what is that, Turbo 400?
Yeah, Turbo 400.
Okay, and then it looks like you run a electric power steering. I take it that's because of the blower? And
Yes.
just not having belts?
Yeah,
fly
less
everywhere?
belts, less, like, thing going everywhere. Yeah, less things to fail, the better.
And then what is the knob in the middle?
This bad boy, this is our mechanical fuel shutoff. So because mechanical fuel, if the engine is turning, it is sucking fuel. Especially to turn the car off, we actually have to lean the car out because of how much methanol it consumes and dumps into the engine. We have to make sure that when we shut it off, there's no fuel in it. Otherwise, you run a very high risk of hydroing the motor next time you go to turn it over.
Well, hydro, you mean hydro lock?
Yeah, you'll hydro lock it because it consumes so much methanol. If you're filling the bore at that compression, even the starter motor will just bend a rod.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, look, obviously this thing is pretty ridiculous. I think we should go over and check out the competitor and see what other kind of ridiculous stuff we've brought you.
Are you guys ready for a partnership that you never saw coming? Hoonigan and Kubota, a tractor company. Truth is, we've been working with Kubota for a couple years on Ken Block's race team. And as we build out the event series, Gymkhana Grid, we needed a technical partner to help us facilitate doing all of that. We've got massive obstacles to move around. So we reached out to Kubota and we said, this is what we're doing. They came in to support. Now we know that we are at Farmers, and they're most notably known for the orange color and agricultural equipment, but
they also have a lot of rad stuff, kind of like these RTVs that we've been using to shuttle ourselves around on this versus that. Now, what's better than a partner that doesn't want you to have to walk miles every day when you're on set? Kubota. So whether you're on a huge farming operation, a construction company, even a small plot of land, or you want to use Kubotas like this, Kubota helps you get the job done. You check out more.
Security plays a massive role for us here at McLaren Racing. For these sorts of things, we had multiple platforms.
This is, but for the people who are watching this, what is this?
So it's a 2001 S15, pretty run-of-the-mill, obviously. It's got a 2JZ in it.
Hold on, what?
What?
Come again?
That's pretty like your run-of-the-mill. Back home, yeah, everything's 2J now.
Everything's 2J, run-of-the-mill. NASCAR gearbox.
2J.
Box, quick change rear end, making 800 horsepower.
I mean, the other Burnout Monster, I mean, it serves a purpose. You build a car for one thing, to do burnouts. That's it. Ain't gonna do nothing else, right? Especially with the suspension setup, those wheels on the front, wheels on the back. You ain't gonna go take it to a track. You're not gonna do drifting. You're not gonna do circuit racing. None of that, right? But with drift cars, look at how sick the sport is. When you build a car for drifting, you build it for grip. You don't build it to be loose. That's not how you build it. You build it to have as much grip as possible. Well, of course, depending on the engine setup, the tires, suspension, all that stuff, right? But you can practically do minimal amount of changes to a drift car and take it to a road circuit racing, quarter mile drag races. You can do that with a drift car. With those specific, the Burnout Monsters, they serve one purpose, that's it. And I mean, in Australia, that's the culture, I understand it, it's cool, it's sick. But drifting has a very special place in my heart, for that specific reason. First of all, drifting, you look sick, it feels sick, and plus, the car is versatile. You build it to have 800-900 horsepower, but it's still versatile. You can take it to circuit racing. You can do all of that stuff.
You're honest?
Oh, sure. Diego, they're letting me touch shit in Australia already. Wow, the fiberglass?
Yeah.
What kind of hood?
Origin.
Ooh.
Type 1.
Ooh, this is probably the cleanest bay I've seen in a long time. You explain what you got.
Look, I try to make the car look as good as possible and presentable. So it's got the 2J, as I mentioned in it. It's got a Borg 9180, so that's a 800 to 1,000 horsepower turbo on it. It's got a Elwood Parts intake manifold on it, and the motor is built only because the short block that we had for the car had rust around the rings to the bore because there was water in it. Otherwise, I would probably keep it standard because I have run many of these 2Js up to around 800 horsepower standard, and they last. We have got a Plasma Man intake for it, and we're going drive-by-wire. Currently, we have the standard throttle setup on it with a Elwood Parts intake manifold.
Oh, nice. And then just one wastegate, I see?
Single turbo smart 50mm wastegate on it. We've also got a Haltech powering the motor as well.
Elite 2500?
Nexus.
Oh.
The new one.
For the people that don't know, like it's like Elite. It's a platinum plug-in, 15, 2000, 25, and then when you get fancy, you want to take out for dinner, you get the Nexus system.
Steers really well, drives really well, and this is a good package.
Oh, nice, nice. Let's go around to these wheels and tires. I want to see what you're working with down here.
Yeah, he did a nice job. It looks very presentable. Looks actually very nice. Very clean as well. Wiring is done really nicely. Sick.
Now, this is probably the favorite part of my car are these calipers that come on every upgraded Nissan. Now, the Z32 calipers, right?
They're only R33 GTST calipers.
Oh,
yes.
Okay,
which I think are similar.
Yeah, so similar, just depends on the rotor size.
I think, yeah,
that's
and different pads, but yeah, very similar. And I'm running a DBA two-piece rotor on there with an adapter so we can actually fit that caliper on there. It's GK Tech, which you guys would obviously have in America.
Yeah, we have that.
Really good kit. We haven't got a pedal box in the car just yet. We're only running a single master cylinder, so the brakes are pretty soft. We do want to upgrade that.
Then wheels and tires?
So we're running a Raise Victrix wheel. So this is an early 2000 Japanese wheel that I found in Japan during COVID when I was over there.
Oh, nice.
Had them rebuilt, installed them on the car. We've got 2 or 3 inches addition to the front, and we've got 7 in the rear. Pretty aggressive for a comp car, and sometimes I do have to remove the wheels and put lighter wheels on there because when I'm running low pressure, the tire will come off.
Is that a 40 wall?
40 wall, 235 width. Obviously, they're 18s as well. Yeah.
And
in the rear, we've got 11.
Oh, what?
Probably a little bit too aggressive.
I mean, but considering this is a pro comp car, the styling of your car is good. Most people consider most comp cars monster truck, but I'm a big fan of the tire to fender look, even in the back, and it makes it look like you would never know there's Wisefab on here.
Man, if I could get it lower, I would. I love having a low car. I've had multiple comp cars in my time, and I've tried to really style this well and make it look really good.
Oh, nice, nice. Let's look in the inside of this bad boy. I thought this was just a...
it's a styling issue, right? The gap between the ride height of the car. Yeah, it looks very nice when the tire is tucked in, but even on Formula 1 cars, even though they raised up, I don't associate that with like monster trucks. That's a funny thing to say, right? To me, that's just that's just racing standards. To me, that just fucking screams race car. It looks good in my opinion. I don't like thin tires though. That's what I'm gonna say. I don't like the rubber band tires. I like thick boys on there.
Common trope that we drive on the wrong side of the road, but it appears that in Australia, you guys drive on the proper side of the road, and everything here is right-hand drive. And do you want to explain your setup that you have here?
We've got the Haltech IC7 display dash, the keypad, obviously that powers the that is powered by the Nexus ECU. Here we've got a 4-speed Jericho NASCAR gearbox, a Siki handbrake, and that's pretty much it. Obviously we've got the Velo Sport bucket seats. Not too much else to really mention in the interior.
Nice, and you got, I see this used to be a suede steering wheel, huh?
So I bought this shell, $5,000 Australian.
Okay.
Rolling with some Driftworks knuckles and things in it. And this steering wheel came with the car and I've never changed it. So this has been in the car for 8 years now.
Damn, that's a long time.
Long time.
Let's get you out this car and just check out the rear and then get you out there on the track.
Let's go.
Man, these builds are so expensive. Haltech ECU, man, bro. Did he say Haltech ECU? I'm not sure, but just the dash is so expensive. Just the dash screen. Oh my god. To build one of these cars, you can actually buy a supercar instead of building a car like this. But the supercar will never do what these cars can.
Rear mount radiator?
Yeah, first S15 that I've had a rear mount radiator in. Just obviously for weight reduction in the front and for cooling.
Fuel cell, and what fuel are you running?
So we're running an ATL fuel cell, very similar to radium fuel cells. They're all very similar. We're running E85 in that as well, which is a pretty common practice for a lot of the drift cars or even burnout cars or anything here in Australia. Very easy to get. It's off the pump.
Okay.
Only around $2.16 a litre as well. Pretty cheap.
What's a litre in gallons?
Isn't that like 4.2 conversion or 3.8? I don't know. Who cares?
Not me.
What made you want to be a competitive drifter?
I started competing early 2013 and then I moved my way up and progressively got better. Started winning comps and I thought, well, let's give it a shot and see how it goes. It really took off. I got a major sponsorship in 2016, went overseas and I didn't look back.
Okay.
And COVID hit and things changed for everyone worldwide and I stayed in Australia and I've been here ever since, just having a really good time. Try to obviously work towards going back overseas.
Last thing I just need you to do, could you remove this so they can see what's under here? Please, please. Oh, it's pretty light. Okay, there we go.
It is standard though.
There we go. You have, I must say, one of the neatest cars I've seen in a long time.
Thank you.
A lot of people, I know this to anybody in where we come from, they just put something together.
I wanted the car to be reliable and it's working really well so far.
Well, shoot, you've shown us your car, you've told us your story. Let's go.
Let's go.
Predictions.
I mean, I'm going to go with the one with the 6-foot-tall engine.
Here's the thing. I doubt either of them are going to get traction. Gotta go with Hinchy, though. Only because of blower aesthetics alone.
Normally I'd have a full in-depth technical analysis of why I have a prediction the way it is, but this time I've got to go for Hinchy. He's my boy, he works for me, it's all about loyalty.
Listen, Diego, don't care if you're in the US, the UK, or Australia, Nissan's a Nissan, Jay-Z's a Jay-Z, and I ain't gonna bet on that. I'm betting on the Japanese fighting machine.
I like this dude. This dude's smart. This dude's very smart.
Get 50 seriously free spins when you join, and 200 more when you deposit and spend £10.
Yeah, holy shit. Yeah, holy shit. What the fuck?
I'm talking about.
That's a good race.
I'm nuts are tingling.
Damn, they were doing burnouts all the way to the finish line. Damn, that's crazy.
I know, right?
Getting all swole.
Oh man, Hinchy got out of it to let it settle, and I don't know. What do you think?
I thought that was the dumbest race in history, but I loved it because of that exact reason.
Ah, okay.
Message.
Hinchy, I saw you.
I want to warm up skid now.
Yeah.
I made the hook, so I want to warm up skid.
Absolutely. So.
I waited for you to do that, and you're like,
No. I thought it'd be fine. So I just ran it as it was.
Spinning the whole time?
Until I backed off and then got back in it. But I feel like if I just do a warm-up skid, get those sticky boys nice and sticky, I reckon that'll be an even closer race.
So I think we do warm-up burnout.
Yep.
He gets the hit, so you go when he leaves.
Yep. So you have to let him
Yeah,
take
so you
off.
just watch me. Yeah.
And how much methanol do you have though? Because you're running low on fuel.
I mean, there should be like half a tank in it. I mean, well, less talking, more racing.
All right. So.
What it do, baby?
What was that? What the f was that, Gary?
So we went pretty much the exact opposite way, and now Hinchy got him by 6 cars. So I think we just go
Heads
proper
up?
heads up again.
Yeah, we should.
Proper heads up.
Proper heads up with a good
Because
flag.
I think Hinchy, so here's the thing. Hinchy built a burnout car. He's never drag raced it before. So he's just figuring this out. So first time, he just did a huge burnout and didn't really get the power down. This time, I think he's getting a little bit better. So I think we go heads up, 1,000 foot again. Should be like a reasonably close race.
I think so, yeah.
Yep. Hey, get back in. We're hot lapping it. Heads up, let's go. Heads up, let's go.
hurry the f up.
Dude was spinning tires way too much. S15.
Oh, yo.
That looked like it might have been a good race.
I did it, coach.
Nice work, nice work, nice work. What do we got, Diego?
Oh!
That's a good race. Is that an Australian car or American car?
Okay, so it's a metric system.
Much, right? I kind of want to do another. A bug landed in his mouth.
He didn't move.
Australia is.
Yo, that interview guy, he's a legend. He's been a legend on the internet for quite a while.
Nice work.
Bro, that was sick.
Scoots, man.
That was sick.
Hell yeah.
Oh,
Hell
This
yeah.
thing scoots.
I almost had you, bro.
You almost had me.
What happened? I heard you get out of it.
I did. I looked in the mirror and rookie mistake. I was like, I've got him.
Yo,
Why? What?
I think we got to run it back because he's been getting better at drag racing every single one.
Yeah.
Bonus race, 1,000 foot heads up again. You got enough gas for it?
Let's go.
Oh, he wants to run it back.
My body is ready.
race. Listen, when pride's on the line, where you're going doesn't matter when you win.
Gary, I love that you do your flag timing different every time.
Hinchy by a car.
Yeah.
Boy, Hinchy, yeah.
This is a good race.
Yeah. We might need another now. My man.
Close.
That was very close.
So close.
Technically, you won. This is good. This is
good. Technically, it was you won, but now it's 2 all. You know, the bonus race. So technically, you can do victory donuts.
Yeah.
I would like to see it.
All right, not only are these Kubotas great for getting around, but they also offer a perfect obstacle for victory donuts.
Hell yeah.
You ready, boss?
Love it. That's what it's all about.
Oh, man. That was a good race. That was a damn good race. But the thing is that the Burnout Monster, whatever it's called, he has thicker, wider tires, better grip. The S15 was burning tires all the way to the finish line, so he didn't get that much grip. I mean, if the power is similar, I personally think the S15 was lighter, but it was on narrower tires. That means he had less grip. And plus, did you see how he left? He left the start line. It was good. Second gear, and he lit up the tires. He lost a bunch of traction doing that. So yeah, but it's a really good race. Hoonigan, of course, these dudes, bunch of G's, amazing YouTube channel, 5.74 million subscribers, sick. This was a really interesting video to watch. Both cars are really cool. I didn't know that LS engines were this popular. Maybe this is a one-off, I don't know. But if LS engines are also popular in Australia, that's crazy. I don't know how many of those sort of engines were exported to Australia. Maybe it's very common over there. Because for example, I know in Australia they have the what's it called? Australian 2JZ or American 2JZ. It's the Barra. That's a Ford engine. I know in Australia they like to push those engines. They like push it all the way to 1200 horsepower. And of course I'm a JDM boy. I love my S15s. Absolutely love them. Especially paired with a RB or a JZ. Absolutely love them. But if you guys like, please like, comment, subscribe. See you in the next one. Bye!